Southwark. Hello, Luke.
Hello. Is that Nick?
Yes, Luke.
So if you take out the B's and the K and add like a S and a C, you get fascist or something. I don't know. Anyway, you said that fish were people too. I don't think that's correct. But I do want to ask about this whole sewerage thing. I think those figures include the storm drainage as well. I'm not 100% sure, but I wouldn't go so far as to say it's all sewerage, because it's a mix of both whatever's...
Oh, it's like a cocktail.
Yeah, a cocktail of nonsense, exactly. But that's the thing. So I've been trying to find the data on this, so I could, sound all smart on the radio.
Right.
But I cannot find it. So it does beg the question: where are these numbers coming from? I don't really understand.
Well, the numbers that I just gave you were from the actual outflow measuring instruments that seriously underestimate the amount that's going, because many of them aren't operating. They don't work.
And if they're not operating, then how can they get numbers?
Well, the numbers are from those that are operating, which implies that the situation is much worse than what has previously been explained. But
so they don't actually measure the flow. They only measure no, they don't. They only measure the time, the amount of time that there's an open and a closed. There's nothing to do with the amount of flow. That's why there's been calls to increase the measuring capability.
Right.
So the flow is just an estimation. I guess this is why.
But if they're estimating from the measurement instruments that they have that it's 29,000 swimming pools worth of raw sewage that has been pumped.
Though. It's not.
Hang on a minute. Wait a minute. If they are estimating that it is 29,000 Olympic-sized swimming pools worth of raw sewage, then even if they're out by, let's say, 50%, that's still a heck of a lot of raw sewage that's going straight into the Thames.
But it's not. That's what I'm saying. First of all, it's a combination. It's the cocktail of nonsense, as we just discussed. So we don't know how much is raw sewage and how much is actual storm drainage. And secondly, like I said, it's not actually measuring volume at all. There's no measurements of volume. That's why they're calling for increases to the capabilities of the monitoring devices so that they can measure volume. All they measure at the moment is when there is like a tap turn on and a tap turn off. There's nothing about the amount of volume.
But you're not listening to me. Even if they were out by 50%, that's still a massive amount.
How do you get to that number if you don't know what the volume is? How do you get to that?
Well, the inference is that they don't know what it is because you say they don't know. They say they do know. And I'm more inclined to believe them than you, because I don't know who you are. I mean, you sound like a shill for the water companies to me, but I could be wrong. You don't work for a PR company, do you, by any chance?